see you wailing here. Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Welcome to Unmasking the Blueprint. I am in a different surrounding today, guys. My back is hurting and the studio chair is not comfortable. So guess what? I have to invest in me a soft chair for my back. But for right now, I don't have one. So I am sitting in my room, okay, where it is comfortable. Um, so I am excited and elated for everyone who tune in on Tuesdays. Let's go. I need y'all to come on in the room so we can get on this discussion. So today's discussion is 5 action plans to leave a domestic violence situation. Okay. And so you might be, a lot of times we feel like it's common sense. It's so not common sense. I'm going to give you one example why it's not common sense. When I decided to leave my domestic violence relationship, I went apartment hunting. Yeah, like, okay, that's what you're supposed to do, right? Okay. I went apartment hunting, and then the apartment people, you know what they did? They sent me a thank you for coming to visit our property. That got me beat up. That was not the thing to do. And so it's so important to have an action plan together, because if you don't have a plan, then you're going to plan to fail. Something can happen because you didn't plan it out and you didn't think it through. So you don't want to just, if you have to emergency leave, then that's different. But if you can come up with a good, solid plan to be safe financially, we're going to get into it. Y'all ready? All right. So the first one, y'all, number 1 is create a safety plan. Put a plan in place. That includes identifying safety exits in your home. Let's say push come to shove and you need to get out. Can you get out through a window? Can you get out through a door? What is a safety exit for your safe exit, right? Pack an emergency bag. Guys, everybody should have an emergency bag, even if you're in a safe home. This bag should have your ID, your keys, medications, important documents, and at least a couple of pair of clothes. Okay? Why is that important? It's so important because if you have to leave and run at the last minute, you want to have those things with you. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Your ID, keys, money, medications, and important documents. Important documents. Why I got stumbled because I thought it said to do something, so I was messing with. Hey, how you doing, Color and Brand? We're talking about the 5 things that people need to do if they decide to leave a domestic violence relationship. If they decide to leave, what are 5 things that you need to do? And so right now we're on the first one. It's create a safety plan. But guys, this does not go for people in domestic violence relationship. Everybody should have everybody should have a emergency pack bag. What if your house catch on fire? What if somebody do break in? Like, you should have an emergency bag. And so I'm gonna go over it one more time. You should have an ID in it. You should have some keys in it, money in it, medications in it, important documents, and a couple of pair of clothes. It is so important to be prepared. All right, establish a code word. Oh my God, that is so good. And you don't even know that you need that until you need that. Okay, so establish a code word with trusted family and friends to signal danger. If you're getting abused at home and you haven't left yet and you don't know what you need to do, but you are you're scared, then you need to get with your closest friends and go, this is the code word, girl. If I call you and say purple, that means I am scared. If I call you and say purple, that means call the police to my house. If I call you and say purple, that means y'all get over here quickly, right? It's just a code word so that the person don't know that you're telling what's going on in your house, but you are afraid. Um, Another one. Keep a charge. Oh, that's good. Keep a charge phone hidden and memorize important numbers. First, keep your phone charged, right? So if you need to run in an emergency, you don't want your phone to be dead. And then two, us old folks, just being honest with you, we used to write numbers down. Y'all young folks not used to that. But put your important numbers inside that emergency bag. Why? Because if you have to flee, you have your emergency bag and you got numbers. Because what do y'all think gonna happen when you try to leave? What so you're in an abusive relationship and you're trying to leave, he might take your phone. She might take your phone, right? So a lot of us do not know people's phone number. Let's just be honest. We just don't know the number, right? So get you some emergency phone numbers and put those emergency phone numbers inside your emergency bag. So that way, when you flee, even if he take your phone, you have some emergency numbers. Even if he take your phone, you have that emergency bag. That emergency bag, I'm gonna say it again so I see new people on. Where you at YouTube? Because y'all used to have way more people on YouTube. So your emergency bag, have ID, have an extra pair of keys in there. If you don't want to put medication in that bag, at least put your prescriptions in that bag, so that even if you have to flee, you know what medications you should have, the dosage amount, which doctor prescribed it, right? All right, number two, build build a supportive network. That is so important. I know me. Okay, so when I was in an abusive relationship, I'm not gonna lie, nobody knew. Like nobody knew I was in an abusive relationship. And so I know it's so hard for you to communicate. You don't want your friends to know that you're in an abusive relationship. You don't want your friends to judge you. You don't want your friends to talk bad to you or talk at you, right? And I get it. So it says confide in someone you trust, a friend, a family, a coworker, or a faith leader. I am going to tell you from personal experience. If you're like me, and I hope that you're not, but if you are, I just want to talk to everybody. If you're not going to tell somebody that you're getting abused at home, then do me a favor and write a note. Get your envelope and write on the envelope what's been going on with you. So that way, if you have to flee or something happened, you have some type of documentation that you can tell somebody, this is what's been going on. This is what's happening to me, right? Because guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was with my husband for 12 years, and 10 of those years we used to fight. And I'm not talking about like that. I'm talking about fight, like physical, bust my lip open fight, physical, black in my eye, physical wrist. Had to have my arm embraced because he almost broke my arm. Like we used to physically fight. And so, why is it so important to keep some type of document? Because what if your spouse accidentally kill you in one of those hustle and bustles, and that they like, and then do you want them to get away with the murder? I'm just asking. If you don't, write you write you something, and you tell somebody, don't open this. Don't open this unless I tell you to open it. Don't open this unless I come up missing. Don't open this, right? And y'all might be saying, you're thinking too much. I'm not thinking too much. These are things that I really want you to know. I really want these to be things that you know, and it's really for you. Okay. So, hey Tracy. And so I'm gonna give you another example. I didn't have any of this when I left. So when I took my little tail to get a restraining order, you know what they told me? Did it happen today? When it happened? Like, right? So I don't know. I'm gonna go into it real quick because I really want y'all to understand because it's so important. The day that I decided to leave, okay, he chased me in the vehicle, shooting at me in the car. That is how I got my restraining order. I didn't get my restraining order. I would have never gotten my restraining order if he hadn't done that. And so that's why it's so important to do what I'm telling you to do. It's so important. Even if you think somebody going through domestic violence, share this with them. You could just be like, I share this to all my friends. Right? You don't have to let them know that you're sharing it because you think that they're in an abusive relationship. Okay. Reach out to domestic violence hotline. Now, this is so important. 1-800 1-800 799 7233. It is so important for you to keep that number. Why? Because if you was like me and you're not going to tell nobody else that you're going through it, at least you can call that number, because that's what they do all day. But I'm going to tell you something that I really didn't think about at the time, but that's why I'm an advocate now for domestic violence. I really do want you to write that letter if you're not going to tell somebody. But if you will tell somebody, at least tell somebody, look, I'm going through this. Look, I'm going through this. I'm telling you this because if something happens to me, I want you to know, but I am not ready to get out yet. Or, oh, I'm working on getting out, right? Because it's so important. Connect with local shelters or organizations that can provide immediate housing, legal support, and counseling. Start getting this in place. If you know that you need to leave this relationship and you're still on the pole of like, I need to leave, I want to leave, I should leave. And for those who have been in a domestic violence relationship, it's so easy for you to put your little nose up and be like, I would never let a guy punch me in my face. I would never. That's the reason why your friends ain't gonna never tell you. That attitude right there is why they're gonna go through it on their own. That's the attitudes right there. Is why so many people die in domestic violence relationship, because they can't go to you because of how you are. Put it down, sis. Put it down, bruh. The same thing that you would never do, I probably would never do. There's things that I'll never do, but we don't have to put our nose up at people because we would never, right? So if you have a sister, a niece, a cousin, and boys get domestic violence abuse as well. So this, I don't even just say a sister or brother, but if you feel like there's something going on with them and they're not talking to you, maybe because you got your nose too high, maybe you're too judgmental, maybe you think that you're a good friend and you're really not. I'm just being honest with you. You're right, Tracy. She said, that's right. It is true. You know, sometimes we do want to be open. We do want to say something, but I don't want to be judged by you. I don't want you. I'm already going through hell at home. I don't want to be judged by you. All right. So number three, secure important documents and your finances. If you know that you need to be out of a relationship and you know it's time to leave this relationship, don't be doing silly things like girls trip. No, we're not girls tripping. No, we're not having a big 3-year-old birthday bash for our babies. No, I'm glad you 3, but we having a little bitty party because I need to save these coins, right? We're not spending money that we don't need to spend. Why? Because we are saving to leave. We are saving to save our lives. Okay. Copy and collect all your IDs, your birth certificates, your bank cards, your insurance cards. That is so important. I mean, even if you're not in a domestic violence relationship, I actually said I'm gonna go through this list and see what I need to get together, because I'm in a great relationship. Been married for 13 years, I think. He probably gonna talk mess. I think it's been 13 years. But anyway, we've been married for a long time. But these documents are important to have, because what if your house catch on fire? I mean, what else? What if it's a flood and you have to leave? So it's so important. So it says your IDs, make a copy of your ID, birth certificates, bank cards, insurance papers. It says open a separate bank account and save small amount of money discreetly. If you know, and I'm going to say this, and I'm just going to say it how I'm going to say it. If you're in an abusive relationship, you need to get out. You need to get out. I'm going to tell you, the people who die, where can people go? Where can people go? I had gave them earlier, Tracy. They can call the 1-800-799-7233 hotline to get help. They can go to National Domestic Violence. That's the National Domestic Hotline. They can go to local shelters. They can put in local shelters. And those shelters, a lot of those shelters have counseling services, and they also have legal support. That was number 2, I think. That was number 2. If you missed anything, please go back and watch it. But I do not mind repeating myself. I do not. Like, I really want y'all. Thank you so much for putting it in. Let me make sure you put it in right. 1-800-799-72. Yes, that is so correct. Thank you, Tracy, for putting that in there. Thank you, YouTube. So when I tell you, I don't mind being, I am a domestic violence advocate because I was in an abusive relationship for 10 years. And nothing y'all can say gonna like bother me. Like I've heard, oh, I would never. Oh, I don't see why. You don't think that you could find somebody else. All the things I've already heard them. Like none of that would have made me leave my marriage. At the end of the day, we had a beautiful home. We have beautiful kids, and it is what it is. Everybody have problems, and we're just gonna weather that thing out. So it's easy for people to judge. Why would you stay? I would stay because I have my children from him. I'm gonna stay because we have a home. I'm gonna stay because I have shelter. I'm gonna stay because I don't want to be poor. I'm gonna stay because I don't want to be struggling with these kids by myself. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be okay. We're just gonna fight this thing out and we'll be fine in the morning. Okay. And some of y'all probably like, oh my God, I would never. And I get it. I don't want you to ever either. I don't want you to ever either. Mindset is so important. Oh my God. Mindset is so important. I didn't have low self-esteem. That's not why I stayed. I honestly stayed because I wanted to have my family together. I honestly stayed because who wants to be divorced? Who wants to have stepchildren? I can tell you not I, right? So that's why I say saving grace and paralleling for women. Oh, thank you. Oh, but don't do children. She says saving grace and paralleling is one. When y'all look it up, there is so many organizations that really help domestic violence women. And then I want to throw something in too. If you are a domestic violence survivor, and maybe you are a survivor, because there's many people who've died in domestic violence. There's many people who are crippled because of domestic violence. Okay, so if you survived it, you are a survivor, baby. That's You are a survivor. And so if you want to go volunteer your time, I would love for you. You should really go do that. It helps you get past what you've been through, but it also helps the people who is currently going through it, and you understand them, like people who haven't been through it. Not judging those who help that haven't been through it. I'm just saying. Where we at? So know your legal. Oh, we're on number 2. Number 3, secure important documents. So we talked about your IDs and birth certificates. We talked about opening a separate bank account, and keep cash hidden in case your cards and accounts are monitored. Okay, me being married, we really didn't. We actually had separate bank accounts, but we actually was able to see each other bank account too. But like it was like I wrote, if he can see it, you definitely, or she can see it, you definitely don't want to look suspicious. Like, I noticed you're taking $75 out each month. Where is it going? Because that, I don't know about y'all, but that'd be a whole nother physical fight. Money make you throw hands. So you definitely do not want to be letting him see or her see that you're hiding money, right? Number 4, know your legal options. Oh my God, guys, let me tell y'all. I'm only going to talk about Texas. I did not look up any other state. My apologies. You're going to have to look it up for yourself. But back in the day, I've been 15 years ago. That's how long it's been. I am 51. Judge yourself. A long time ago, when I was separated, the police had came to the house, and they kicked him out the home. And then like 2 days later, he busted the doors in and came back in the house. And the cops was like, we can't kick him out in the state of Texas. I'm like, what happened? And it's like, no, in the state of Texas, if you are legally married, I need to check this out too. I don't even think it's married anymore. I think if you stay in a home with someone, you can't kick them out if they get mail there. Like that's not how they work. But I'm just going to use what I know for a fact. So in the state of Texas, if you're legally married, that's you and your spouse's house. You can't kick your spouse out, baby. You cannot. So if you are unhappily married, if he is beating on you, you can't kick him out. That's why so many people die. That's why so many women get killed. I mean, it might be men that get killed, but I know there's a lot of women that get killed because they be running for their life. Yes, after 6 months. After 6 months, what? After 6 months, you can kick them out, or after 6 months? Oh, after 6 months, they live in a home, right? I mean, I think YouTube is saying after 6 months if they live in a home. But when they clarify it, I'm gonna clarify it too. But I think after 6 months, after you stay in a home with someone in Texas, baby, that's our house. We live here together. Okay, so be careful who you invite in. Um, Legal rights. That's what we were. Restraining. No, we talking about restraining orders. Learn about restraining orders, protective orders in your area. Yes. So, YouTube was saying, after 6 months in the state of Texas, once somebody stay with you in the state of Texas, you can't kick them out. Like, they gotta want to leave. That's how they work in Texas. Okay. So restraining orders and protective orders. I'm not gonna lie. Them things do not work in my personal opinion. I'm not telling you not to get one. At least you could have it because there are places that you will be protected. Living in a home for 6 months, y'all, are legal. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought you meant. So uh I would still get a restraining order if you can, or protective order if you can. But it's not going to keep you safe if you don't, you got to keep yourself safe. I'm just being honest. Reach out to legal aid services that specialize in domestic violence cases. Reach out to somebody who can help and guide you in situations. Like, I went to stay with my sister. And the moment he found out that I was at my sister's house, and he called and told my sister, "I know where she at now. She at your house, and I come through there." That's the day I left my sister's house. I was not about to allow him to bust through my sister's windows. I wasn't about to allow him to get her evicted from her apartment. I wasn't about to jeopardize my sister's life, even though she said she would for me. Right? My sister didn't kick me out. So when I first left, I went with my very best friend named Chantel. I stayed with her, but then he found me. And then I went to my sister, and then he found me. And so I was just like, I don't know where to go. And so I did not use any resources. I was using my own little resource. And so I was just running and running and running and running because I didn't know where to go. And so go get resources. They find you safe places to be because you're putting other people in danger when you have people that's like, you can't leave me, dog. Yeah, we said I do together. We gonna I do this thing, okay? I do, you do, I do, we do. Death do us part. That's what you said, right? I'm like, yeah, I did say that, but you keep putting your hands on me. You gonna kill me one day, right? And so when you have somebody who is persistent, and guys, girls, when somebody tell you that they will kill you, yeah, we gotta stop thinking that's cute. We gotta stop thinking that it's okay to be like, we in this for life or what? No, well, no, I'm not. I'm not. Hands up, I'm out. I don't want to do life like that, right? But somehow we think it's cute. Girl, he'll die for me. My man gonna die for me. Oh, I don't know why some of us think that that's cute. I'm talking about myself. If I'm the only person, ouch, right? Girl, he crazy. Girl, my here just he'll kill himself over me. Girl, he gonna kill himself over me, right? Like we think that's cute. No, sis, no, bro, it's not. It's not cute. That's a no. That's a red flag. We talked about red flags last week. All right, where are we? Documents. Document abuse. This is what we was talking about earlier. I never documented my abuse. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if I was embarrassed about my abuse. I really should. I need to be embarrassed to y'all why I didn't document my abuse. But let's stay on topic. Then if I feel good about it, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, document abuse. Photos, text, journal entries to use as evidence if needed. Okay, so that is under know your legal. Made my handwriting bad. Know your legal options, right? And so number 5 is plan for after you leave. Child, I decided I had been working up leaving, and for those who just tuned in, I took my little butt up. So we had our own home, okay? And I was like, I ain't leaving my house. He gonna leave because I got the 4 kids. You gonna get out. You can't keep your hands there. So, and that did not work in Texas. That boy was busting in the windows. he was just doing the most, like the all the way up here the most. And I'm like, I can't do it. I can't. Because I'm gonna tell you, there's a trigger for people. And I had finally got to the point, I'm like, it's gonna be me or you, bruh. It's gonna be me and you, bruh, at this point. Like, let's and I probably shouldn't say this on live, but I think my verbiage to him was, one of our parents gonna bury us today. Like, that's gonna happen. You keep busting through this. What's up? Let's go. And so I don't know. I think the neighbor called the cops, whatever. And when the cop got there, I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I've told y'all that we're going through a divorce. I told y'all it's over. He done broke back in. I got a cardboard on this window. I done A. I done B. Ain't no more I can do. So he want to fight. We're just gonna fight it out. To one of us go today. One of our parents, and man was like, I don't think she's joking. I think that she's serious. I think that she for real. I'm like, I am for real. We just gonna go to one of us die in this house then, because I can't. I'm not gonna do this no more with him. I'm over it. I'm over switching my schedules at work. I'm over moving children. This I can't do it. And so the cops, they took him to jail that night. And when they took him to jail that night, I said, okay, I really think that tonight was the night that one of y'all was gonna go. One of us was gonna go to the heavens. Okay. And so I just packed me and my children up. I just packed everything we had and we moved with my best friend. And I knew that wasn't gonna last, because I knew he was gonna find me there, right? And so moved my kids again to my sister's house. And so I'm telling y'all these things because I want y'all to know, like, you can start doing things so you can be safe. I told you the signs to look for, because I'm gonna be honest with you, they don't get better. They don't get better. If he hits on you a little bit, it's gonna escalate. If she hits on you a little bit, it's gonna escalate. It's not no, oh, he just punches me one time. Oh, we just fight a little. It just escalates. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And that's why so many people die. They don't die from the intentional death. They die from the accidental punch. They die from the abuse. They die from, I'm telling you, if you're in domestic violence relationship, just leave. There's no amount of sex that's gonna make him stop hitting you. There's no amount of money that's gonna make him stop hitting you. There's not even enough prayer that's gonna make him stop hitting you. Because you know why? Because prayer is for you. It is, Tracy. It's so true. Prayer is for you. A person has to want to receive Christ. So if you're praying for them to stop doing something and they haven't received Christ and they don't want to do it, they're going to keep doing it. It's a want. It has to be a want in them. And if they don't think that there's nothing wrong with them, they don't think that they're the problem, then find a trusted source. Yes, Tracy, that was one of the things they need to do. Find a trusted source. And so we're on the last one, which is plan for leaving. It says identify a safe house, a shelter, a family, a friend, a transitional home program. Continue counseling or support groups for emotional healing. Change routines. Oh my God, change routines, baby. I did the change of routines. Do you hear me? I was an assistant manager at a store, and we worked from 7. I think it's going to hang us up on Facebook. I'm on YouTube, TikTok. I worked from 7 to 7. Okay. And I would literally go in early, and I'd be like, oh, I came in early today because of this. Oh, I would make up reasons to be going in at different schedules so he would not know. And this is a true story. I was running late. I was just exhausted. I was tired. The kids, dropping them off at one place, going a wrench around the world to pick them up, so he couldn't. Yes, change routines, Tracy. And I was tired one day, and I got the kids off to school, and I was running. And I always go through the side door, because that's where we're supposed to go in. And I went through the side door, and he came from out of the machines. They have the machines. Why the word not coming to me? The machines that the sodas come out. He came from in the middle of there, and he grabbed me. And when I tell you, I feel like he was like, I don't know, like he must have had practiced this because baby, he was on it. I came across that, he had my neck and he was like, if you're not home tonight, if you don't come home tonight, that's it. Lights over, lights out. Like I'm done playing with you. Like we said I do. We have these kids. Ain't nobody finna play with you. Bad. Bad. He put me down on the ground. I went in the restroom. And I cried because honestly, I was tired. I was tired of running. Like I was literally tired at this point. Like I am staying in an apartment that's 2 times my mortgage of my 4-bedroom home. We had a 4-bedroom home and I'm paying 2 times for an apartment with only 3 bedrooms with 4 kids. And we had a 4-bedroom home that I was paying less mortgage than I'm paying for in this apartment because I was staying in a gated community because I didn't want nobody to be able to just ride through the community. So I had found a gated community that you had to have a passcode to get in. And I was paying 2 times the money. And I am driving out of the way to bring my kids to a different school so he would know what school district they was in. And literally that day when he choked me, I had it. I had it. I was done. I went in the restroom and I cried. And I tried to cry quietly, but apparently I wasn't crying quietly because the lady in the store asked me, was I okay? And I was like, I'm fine. I'm fine. And my little walkie went off. And I guess that's how she knew I worked there. And I guess she told somebody. So somebody came and was like, hey, we heard you was in the bathroom. And I didn't say nothing. I put my feet on that stall like I was invisible. And I waited for them to leave. And I went out the side door and I said, I quit my job. I am going to have to. I didn't even know what I was going to do. I didn't know if I was going to go kill myself. I didn't know if I was just going to run away and leave without my kids. I honestly had no idea at this point what I was going to do. But going back home, going back to a marriage, to where every time he drank, we had to fight. I just didn't want to do that anymore. Make a long story short, as I was sitting at a park in my vehicle, could not figure out what to do with my life, my boss called me. And I'm looking at me finna cry baby pins. And he goes, somebody told me that you was in a restroom crying. And before I could say anything, he goes, and we saw the video. And I had been holding being domestic, being beat for so long. I just cried. I don't even know what I just cried. And he told me, no, was not going to quit my job. No, you're not going to quit. What you're going to do is take today off and I'm going to call and check on you tomorrow. And the very next day, the district manager called me and I didn't want to answer it. And he was like, I heard what happened and we're going to take care of you. We got you. And when I tell you, it was the biggest relief to not be running. Nobody at my job knew. I would wear my hair long. I used to wear my hair straight, believe it or not, but I'm just over trying to straighten my hair because my hair don't listen. I would have to perm it. How I got on this topic? I have to perm my hair, y'all, every 4 weeks to keep my hair straight. And it was damaging my hair. So I just don't even wear it straight no more. So anyway, make a long story short. I used to wear my hair over my face if he blackened my eye. I used to wear long sleeve shirts if he bruised my arm. And so just finally just be free and just be like, I don't have to hide this anymore. I'm getting abused. I hate to say it. I hate to be the person that's like, I'm getting abused, but hey, I guess that's me. And I'm running from it. And thank you for helping me. And they paid me for 6 weeks, my whole pay, while I moved my family again. And so that's my story. That's my story. And earlier I was going to tell you that about fighting, because maybe this might help somebody. If you are an aggressive person Anybody who know me probably don't feel sympathy for me fighting because I was a fighter in school. Like I was like a fighter. And I gotta laugh because I mean I'm just being honest. I used to fight a lot. But I'm gonna tell you, I was molested as a child for long years. So I had decided somewhere in my little 13-year-old head that nobody was gonna mistreat me ever again. And so from 13 until whenever I used to just be this fighter in school. And my poor dad would have to come there and be like, I'd be like, but I never hit people first. And I never started no fight. And now I wasn't a starter of fights, but I was gonna feed the shit though. I'm gonna feed the shit. So make a long story short, so when I got with a guy who loved me and catered to me, and I thought he was my everything, and we had a home and we had kids, and we started fighting. Honestly, a fighter a fighter fighting a fighter, it was more of like, you hit me, I hit you back at first. Like, don't, what you hit me for? Like, what's wrong with you? Right? And then it was a few more hits and then a few more hits back. And then it got to the point we fighting with pots because he bigger than me. So I get a pot, right? Like you good hit on me, right? And it's just crazy. So if you're that person who is in a relationship and you're like, well, I'm not domestic violence. I didn't think I was in a domestic violence relationship because I was in a fighting relationship because he hit me, I hit him back. But that's not how that works. That's not how that works. You should not have to be fighting somebody because they hit you first. You shouldn't have to fight for your life. And then number two, if you're getting verbally abused, even us ladies, stop verbally abusing these men. Because, baby, I was a verbal abuser forever. But guess what? Because you weren't going to get me first. You have to let you cut me first. If you cuss me, I'm going to cuss you next. But then I'm a female. So, our mouth is ruthless. We try to beat you down to the get down. And so I went from being domestic violence person, the victim, to being a domestic. I end up being the person, being a defender. Is that what it's called? With my mouth. And then I had to realize, dang, I didn't want to be her either. And so I had to, and that's why it tells you on there to go to counseling, to go get help, to realize, okay, this is who I am becoming because what has happened to me. Because a lot of us, we are who we are, what we come out of. So whatever you grew up in, you either one, try to be better than what you came from, or two, you become worse than the environment that you was in. We gotta pick, but instead of trying to pick either one, why don't you take the good that you didn't get and the good that you didn't see and become and the good that was wrong, the good that you did get and the good that you saw that you didn't get, and then become the better person. Because my whole goal now, yes, it took me to get to, I'm 51. I think hopefully I feel like I've been changed about 8 years. But my whole goal in this change it's being the person that I want to see in the world. Who do I want to see in the world? I don't want nobody popping off at me when I ask something. So I'm not going to pop off at you. Now, would I put my hands on you? Oh yeah, I'm going to defend myself. Don't get it twisted. I'm a child of God, but you're not going to ever mistreat me. Right? But I'm also not going to put myself in situations to be fighting nobody. I don't go around places that I don't feel comfortable. I don't do things with people that don't do like-minded stuff. And so I'm going to wrap it up. I hope y'all have all 5. And the 5 is create a safety plan. I don't want it to be long because then nobody's going to rewatch it. It's 30, we're only 38 minutes, so we're good. Create a safety plan. If you want to know the safety plan, just go back and rewatch it. It's on YouTube. It's under Unmasking the Blueprint. I know YouTube, y'all know because y'all already here. Number 2, build a supportive network. Number 3, secure important documents. Oh, something just came to my head too. If you don't feel comfortable with telling your family and friends and them being your supportive network, I beg of you to go to a church and go, I'm not even a member here. But this is going on. Here's a letter. Here's my information. If something happened to me, or if I need this for later, that came to me, and it got me for somebody. All right. Secure your important documents and finances. Number 4, know your legal options. And number 5, plan for leaving. I hope y'all found this information useful. Thank you, Tracy, for dropping some sources on YouTube. If you know sources, drop them underneath those comments, because there could be somebody who needs to come back here and might need that. Y'all have an amazing, amazing night, and I will see y'all next Tuesday. Bye, guys. I'm going to do TikTok last. I can't never hang up TikTok. Bye, guys. I'll see y'all next Tuesday. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for y'all